One. All right. Hey everyone, welcome to another The Forsaken. I'm glad to have you all here in chat. Y'all are the best, and all my players, so glad to have y'all here as well. I didn't get any music going, but that's okay. So we will start this off with just to update those watching, just to remind you, is that we'll be ending around 12 p.m. We've been having to cut the stream a little bit short just because your DM needs to get to bed. So let's get right into it. I didn't, of course, because I didn't get an episode summary written out. But pretty much it was just battle. Um, they are lovely adventurers. Finished off the gelatinous cubes as well as the slime things that they were fighting. They had 3 left when they started the session last week. They finished those off, and then all of the remnants of those that they had defeated already on the ground just kind of formed together into this giant, almost kind of like a metal slug of sorts, like this metal liquid. The metal liquid, that doesn't make sense, Stephanie. Kind of like a metal ooze, I guess, metallic ooze.
Alex Mack?
Pretty large. I think I said it was like 10 feet into the air. That gave them a pretty good run for their money. It seemed pretty impervious to a lot of things, especially magic. So it took them a while to kind of get it down, but by the end of the session, they managed to defeat it. And so they are adventurers. Y'all are here
That's
on the
us.
battlefield. There are huge piles of treasure, each from one of the gelatinous, a pile from each gelatinous cube that you defeated, as well as this huge pile of stuff that kind of oozed out of the metallic of the obsidian metallic slug that you defeated at the end. Also, the metallic slug, its remnants are still there. Like, you still have these large, huge blocks of this kind of black metal that is kind of shimmering in the light, in the kind of overcast light around you. So there are these kind of big, kind of like blocks of metal just kind of like around this treasure as well. And that's where we'll begin tonight's session. So, what do you want to do?
Is everyone okay?
What, did you say something? It sounds like there was a commotion. I've been over here feeding the lizard. Everyone okay?
I'm certain that if you weren't there, Gerbil, all the lizards would have run away. Thank you for taking such good care of them.
Yeah.
Ow.
Right.
If I so much as trip on a gold pile, I will be unconscious again. I'm just gonna sit down. She's just gonna like sit at the edge of the gold and wait for everyone to gather and count things. And she'll help, but not too much.
So, just to list out for those watching, some of the items that our group got. They got all kinds of gemstones, as well as some interesting kind of more artistic pieces, like an ivory idol, a large carpet, and a porcelain vase. And then they also got a huge hoard of magical items, a lot of arcane scrolls, gloves of swimming and climbing, potion of levitation, a potion of enhanceability, owl's wisdom specifically, ring of force shield, a wand of enhanceability, bull strength specifically, that has 13 of 50 charges left. More arcane scrolls, a wand of paralysis, Let's see here. A potion for endure called Endure Elements. And also an interesting thing called, well, a wand of charm person, as well as an interesting bell that's called a death knell bell. So that's pretty good amount, is that there are a ton of gemstones and a ton of gold as well. The gold is just kind of like scattered across the field, because I think a couple of times you hit it and the gold kind of just exploded or something. Yeah, I think it was like one of the finishing moves just kind of exploded one of the gelatinous cubes and gold just went flying everywhere. So you might have to do a little bit of pickup in
Fatality.
the
Worth it.
meantime. But as the group of you kind of talk to each other and kind of are recuperating from this battle, you hear a musical chuckle on the wind. Well, that was fun. And about 20 feet from you
Boy.
appears the figure that you saw before the gelatinous cubes appeared, before the slimes appeared. This seeming female with this kind of wispy blonde hair that is around just cut right below the chin, wearing this red and green and black dress, almost a robe kimono type, and has these what you notice first of all would be the wings that she has, these large red and white wings with other colors mixed in, but mostly red and white. And there are two wings kind of going out to the side like this, and also two slightly smaller wings kind of going down, like almost like a pixie. But these are feathered wings. And as she stands there, the wings kind of flutter. A little bit of a breeze hits your face. Did you have a good time?
No. Did you do this to us?
Well, I, had to test your abilities to see if you were ready for the task that I have.
Okay, lady.
Is everyone okay? Is anyone dead? Didn't look like anyone fell on the battlefield. Well, I mean, it looked like people fell, but you were brought back, so...
I'm not sure we're comfortable being tested without fair warning. No, actually, I think we did not enjoy that very much. Some of us are very hurt. What is the purpose of all this?
Here, give me 1 second. Our bard is coming in.
Yeah. Well,
He would
perfect.
barge in right now. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. All right. Hey, Dan.
Hey,
All right. So.
sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just, let me see here. Let me get your camera on here. It'll be good to go.
Roll a death saving throw.
No, never. Let's see. Well, not never.
So far as
Only when
vamping
you're on
for you.
camera.
Yeah.
Juniper, go ahead and add 10 to
Thank
you.
you.
I went over to you and did cure wounds and then
Thank
started,
you.
being a gremlin with all gold.
I know. Yeah, Junie's gonna push like 10 more gold pieces your way. Just not
Aw.
Just, her eyes are just as big as could be. Please don't. No one step on me.
Don't even touch her.
Nice.
Just kind of curling up into a ball around the gold, around the gold. But she's not even looking at the lady with wings, and that is unusual.
Just to catch you up, Dan.
Mhm.
As everyone was recouping from the battle and were starting to collect the treasures, you hear this kind of musical chuckle on the wind, and the lady from before that was standing there that everyone approached her before the slugs and everything appeared, reappears about 20 feet away. Again, just to she has those large, like 4 red wings, feathered wings, 2 on each side, kind of blonde, wispy hair, and also these kind of very piercing emerald eyes that I didn't mention before. But she kind of chuckled and asked if they had fun that she was testing them. Does I mean, I can heal anyone if you need healing.
I'm not sure to trust you, but goodness gracious, I think we could probably use it.
I think,
What? Please tell me who you are. I think you owe us that at least.
Oh, people call me the Jewel.
Very well, this jewel.
Yes. But I'm sorry that you didn't enjoy the challenge. It seemed like, I mean, if I thought you were in any real danger, I would have swooped in, of course, and helped out. Hopefully I wasn't meaning to cause any lasting harm, just having a little bit of fun.
Well, your idea of fun is very interesting and somewhat painful.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
I didn't realize. I thought everyone enjoyed a good challenge, and my apologies, and she'll give a slight half bow.
Maybe I should apologize slightly for perhaps some of my compatriots did enjoy the challenge. I should say that I found it painful.
We enjoy it and we're keeping this, right? And she's just like,
It's reward, there was foul.
Yeah.
This is great.
Of course, the treasure is yours. I have no need of these, but you can definitely have them.
Perhaps
Well,
healing them.
Yeah, if you
These gems.
absolutely, if you truly do not mean to harm us and you thought that was something else, then I think a show of good faith would be to absolutely give us some healing magics or potions or something. Some of us are not recovering as fast as we think would be would.
Zafar,
Yes, yes. What?
don't. She doesn't have to know we're not feeling so good.
Ooh,
So you,
sorry, I have that problem. I do over-explain sometimes.
I'm sorry. So you don't require healing, or you do?
I'll take some healing, please.
Hey, me as well.
Okay.
All right.
Wonderful challenge.
Just hold still, everyone. This won't take but a minute, and it'll only be a little disconcerting.
Wait,
boy.
wait.
She will raise her hand and snap her finger, and the
Do we all get laid?
entire
What?
group, you feel very like, almost like you're experiencing the battle backwards, like that time, like time's almost rewinding, but you don't feel yourself moving anywhere, that you're just standing where you are. But it's
All the
almost
trust
like
I gained with the lizards
but it's
fades
almost
away.
like the memories and everything just kind of like rewinds back, like you just kind of replay it in your head, and then it shoots forward again at an extremely fast pace, and you find yourself kind of back standing there in front of, the jewel, feeling very disoriented, but everyone is full health.
That was interesting.
Wait a minute. You had one of those things. Oh,
What? One of what things?
No,
The dangly things.
oh.
Wow.
That's a
Like,
personal
well,
question.
Dude,
Jewel I'm
that
wearing.
is, no, that is so rude.
Uh,
That is so rude. Don't listen to
I
him.
mean,
None
I
of our
have my
business.
wings. Is that what you mean? I'm unaware.
No, ma'am. How does going backwards and forwards heal somebody?
Oh, it's just a magic trick I have. I can
That is quite a trick.
slightly control time a bit.
No.
That's what I
So
Nice.
So we don't have the lasting effects, but we still actually did.
Damn it,
We did
Daniel.
experience
Oh
this.
yes, of course. The battle still happened. You got your treasure. You're just feeling better. Just back to yourself before the battle.
Okay,
Everyone feeling good? You feeling okay?
physically.
I'd love to know a little bit
Wonderful.
more about you. What do you do out here? Do you
Wow.
simply roam and engage with travelers and such, or what is it that you do?
I like to have a good time. And
Well, that's
There you do.
funny thing. So do I.
do you?
Hey,
Really?
She'll
Really?
kind of look you up and down, Kazeel, and
I
kind
do
of
my
give a
best to,
smirk.
pose subtly.
hmm And
Guess we have another warlock in the party.
Oh no.
she'll kind of give you a smirk and give you a wink.
Hmm.
Well, I just called Dimglim to my home. Various places around the plane. And just so happened to be coming by when I saw the group of you traveling through. Seemed like quite the assembly, and thought I would engage.
What you did. If we ever find our way back or through here, is there any way to get in touch with you, or do we just have to leave it to fate?
Well, fate is always preferable, makes it more interesting. But
That's what patrons do.
I
Junie's got a little cup for her.
Yeah.
Put it in a cup.
No.
I do also call the South of the Summer Shadow my home, along with the dragon and a few other things. But we get along.
Wait, dragon?
Interesting.
Yes, my friends. But looks like I have some new friends now. So, where are you off to? What brings you across the Slaughterglade?
I mean, you know, the normal things. You said you were testing everybody for some kind of task.
Good
Is
answer.
that what you said?
Yes. Really quick, everyone make a perception check. Something I almost overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
Oh, this die betrayed
South
me.
of the Summer Shadow.
Summer shadow.
That
Perception,
is
you
a
said?
solid
Yes, perception.
5.
15 for
11.
errors.
Okay.
20.
also a 9.
Okay.
9.
Number
Wow.
Easy shit.
9.
Well, did anyone get above, say, like an 18? An 18 or above?
Kazeel.
I mean,
Great.
I could say that.
Of course,
yeah.
the fucking
Of
bard
course.
over here. It's
Just giving her
You
the
noticed
full up
her.
and down.
Kazeel, Kazeel,
He's
you,
not missing anything.
you notice
Uh-oh.
Check for a wedding ring. Here we go.
you notice that creeping up her right arm, like from her hand kind of up to her elbow, is this kind of black vein. Like on her right hand, the tips of her fingers are black,
Mhm.
and then it kind of snakes up in like a vine pattern, going up to her elbow, and then kind of dissipating away.
May I ask you if she seems to be like trying to hide it in any way?
Yes, you can barely catch a glimpse of it. But she keeps that arm mostly kind of like behind her. Or kind of, if it's out, she'll kind of take the kimono sleeve and kind of keep it pulled down with that fist, with that hand.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mhm.
So what, so Gerbil, you asked a question, right?
Yeah, I asked her uh, that she said something about a task. That's why she was testing
Yes.
us.
I have a task for you, I think, but I do, maybe you're not going there, so maybe I'll
Oh,
have to find another party to do it.
well, we might be heading that
You wouldn't
way.
be
I mean,
happen to heading to the library, would you?
we're heading in that direction.
Oh, well, if you find yourself in the halls of the library, I do have a task, and I have payment.
Oh.
Uh,
What?
Give you another wink, Kazil.
Mm,
God.
nice.
Why?
Yeah. What kind of task?
Oh, well, just to, take care of someone for me. A bad person that works for the library. Um, I, Zatara Wat, this is Stephanie just messing this up.
Mhm.
Zatara Waterstar. She's,
spell it out, please.
head historian of the library. I'd like her gone. That's all I ask. Not that difficult of a task.
His head
Uh,
historian.
Why?
Yes. Oh, well, she's done bad things to me and to others.
Is
Should
she the one that
That's
cut
not
you?
exactly what I meant. Why are you choosing us, aside from the test?
hmm.
Oh, well, I do have payment. Uh, I think you might be looking for these, and she'll hold up a flyer that some of you may recognize from the altar. I don't think anyone noticed them, like rolled very good perception checks on the message boards or anything. But so you might kind of recognize how, like, the look of the flyer, but you never really stop to read it. But it looks like it's from an auction house at the altar. And there are a few items sketched on there, and one of them, which she's kind of tapping on the paper,
Mm-hmm.
looks like a time device.
We walked past a flyer with a time device on
You
it
you
the whole
absolutely
time we were
did.
at the altar.
Yep,
Oh my
yep.
gosh.
I can get this for
You're the
you.
best.
No problem.
Wow. Uh,
What?
well, I understand that you believe that we may be worthy of this task that you want to give us. I don't know if we can all agree that we're that type of group. I mean, it's possible, but
What makes you think that we're interested in one of those whatever on that flyer there?
yeah.
I can read it off of you.
Mm.
Oh,
She's not a very good person, and she turned me in, even though she's my sister. So I'm just done with her, and I'd like to get her out.
She the one that hurt you?
uh,
I'll nod at her.
uh,
Arm
Is
as
she
best
the
I
one?
can to
Oh,
assistance. That hurt you.
oh. Let's see here and how she responds to that. Um. Sure. Okay. She'll suddenly kind of like tuck it back. Hmm. No, that's from the library itself. I like to call it, be dramatic about it sometimes, and call it the calamity. It's my own phrasing, not theirs.
Tell us about this library.
I'm sure you've heard of it if you've traveled into Glimt any.
Well, that's about what we've heard. The name, that's about it. I mean,
Hmm.
it seems to be a curious place place possibly a seat of power in this region?
I was brought in as a seer for them.
Oh,
They were not nice to me, so I escaped.
didn't like the things you saw?
They didn't like how I reacted to the things that I saw.
Oh. Would it be too bold to ask what you saw?
Depends. I believe right now, just meeting you, it is. But, give me 1 second. Um, they are. I'll give you a hint.
Fair enough.
Now, let me ask you this, I guess. What do you want to know? Is there something in particular that you're looking for clarification on them, other than me just blabbing?
There seems to be a lot of chaotic things going on. We are from the other plane,
Yes, I can
Osbergen,
tell that.
and there are some strange bleed through, it seems, coming through into our plane from Demglyph. Portals opening, rifts appearing, and we've seen these rifts over here as well, and we're wondering what do they have something to do with these rifts? Are these rifts disturbing you as well?
They are awakening something. Something that could possibly ruin you, each and one of you, and everyone else who isn't powerful. Is that the answer you wanted?
It's curious.
Such is life, right? Curiouser and curiouser,
Something
I
that does
believe,
that.
as a book is quoted.
Yes.
A lovely thing from your
Nose
plane.
bleeding. I see a white rabbit. Oh no!
Junior's just sitting down, kind of just running her hands through the
Are
gold a little.
delightful.
If you beg my pardon, ma'am, why you seem quite powerful and capable yourself, gesturing at the remains. Why is it that you need people to complete this task at all?
I can't go back there. After what I just told you, do you think that I could?
I don't know. You seem very powerful, and like my friend just here, we don't know a whole lot about the library.
Bugbear. If you think I'm powerful, when I say that I can't go back by myself and win, that should give you a clue as to the power that you're up against.
Right. And so, again, why do you think we are able to complete this task then, or are you just
Oh, I think that you're able, with some skill, planning, maybe even. I'm not saying this has to be done tomorrow, but something to keep in mind. I also know where you can find all of these. If you just help me out.
Say we knew anything about the library, and we don't. This historian sister of yours, she's in the library.
Yes.
She's in the library, in this place that you
Yes.
can't get into or don't want to go back, and I absolutely understand that. How are we supposed to get there? I mean, we're not. How did you get there? Is there something you could? I mean, do you know?
How did I get to the library?
Mhm.
I was taken. It was turned in. Taken there against my will.
By your sister.
Yes, correct.
That sounds sister-like. Sure.
Would you like to
Okay.
know what she looks like?
Yes.
She will immediately change, almost like an illusion spell, into about the same, which I didn't really say her height before, but about 5'4", 5'5", very pale skin, this kind of very obsidian hair that is partially in a bun on top of her head, but almost an very Asian aesthetic to her. She has this green robe on with these kind of long sleeves that go past her hands, and these boots that go up to her knees. Also wearing glasses.
Does she have wings?
No. Looks human.
What? You ask every traveler who comes through here and defeats your monsters if they're interested in those devices, or do you know more about us than you're letting on?
She will pop back to her regular self. Oh, well, I think I did mention that I was a seer for the library. So let's just say that I saw some things. Does that
How long
answer
have
your
you been
question?
following us?
Oh, let's see. I saw you earlier when you were passing through, I think going towards the altar. It's the first time that I saw you, yes. Saw you in person.
Is there a time frame on this? Because we are heading that way, but if we do cause any trouble, we'll undoubtedly, as we are, be just. I don't even think we're ready to have the library after us right yet, but maybe down the line. Is there a time limit on this, or is it just an open offer?
It's an open offer. But, you know, I would assume that you're wanting these, and she kind of points to the flyer again, rather not too much later. So it would be, I guess, it would depend on when you would want the item.
Do you have them just to give to us, or do you just know where they are and then it's
I can
another
grab
series
this
of-
one for you. I know the person. We're fairly aware the person in charge of the auction house, so I can get it for you. The rest I can give you locations, and
Oh,
you can find them.
I suppose it depends on how many others there are.
Oh, I'd have to do some seeing, but I think in total there might be 10?
Right.
Unless, well, it's hard to say because I know that 10 were originally created with from the library, but
Hey,
I also know that there are places in the material plane, and I believe in Dim Glimped as well, that that I was tasked to enchant, so that they themselves can make the time devices. But they didn't know that I hid some places and didn't clear out the sound that I enhanced.
understood.
Smart.
So,
That, and I'm gonna take a pinch of my sand out of my. What is it? This sand?
that's it!
I
Oh,
swear I'm going to fucking stab you, Gazeel.
Oh,
that's it.
Just a few little particles
You
I'll
still
put
let
it
about
him.
to be a part. It's
into
about
the
to be a
wind.
party.
Glad,
Swear to God.
glad to see that you have a part of me with you.
Ugh.
Oh gosh.
Wait a minute. What the
Uh,
hell is that
Yes.
supposed to mean?
What?
Just gonna
Well.
do like an extra pucker. Kind of blow them.
Well, I enhanced it, and it's my little secret that they even are still around. So,
Well,
I just
yes, Bugbear.
one last one question, if you're willing to share it. You told us how you arrived at the library.
Mm-hmm.
How did you escape?
Secrets.
Right.
Why are
just
you,
thinking
why are
it-
you wanting to know how I escaped, Bugbear?
Well, sorry. So that sand blew over
Oh,
here.
it's fine.
Woo! I feel good now. No, just I mean, if we do, try to make good on this task,
Hmm.
and we get, we run into problems in the library.
Yes.
Sounds like getting in to the library is not nearly as difficult as getting out.
Well, you're probably right there.
Can we have a moment to just discuss?
Oh,
Just,
yes.
No. No scrying.
Oh, no, of
No
course not.
lizard.
That's
She
I'm.
floats 3 feet away.
I have other magics to worry about than
That is not
Scrying.
helpful
I mean,
whatsoever.
yeah.
It's like, no, nothing. Do not peep. Nothing. Do not listen in.
Do we pull a Polo and just have Polo talk to her for a while?
here. I will just and she will just kind of poof, and you'll see her up in the sky like 50 feet away. Just let me know when you're done.
Right. Okay.
Okay. There's something off about her. I can't quite put my finger on it, but she is not telling the complete truth. And how in the gods, what if she knows where everything's at, right? Supposedly knows where everything's at. Okay, how the hell are we supposed to like why
Hey,
us? Like
would not mad.
I have no idea. where the hell she came from, but like,
Have you have you taken money to
Assassinate?
yeah, like cuz this I've heard a lot. We've heard a lot of stories, but Gerbil didn't tell me this one.
hmm,
No, nothing
mean,
like
'cause-
that.
I
It's too bloody dangerous, isn't it?
mean, well,
Murdering someone in the library.
well,
I mean
I mean, obviously we don't. I mean,
okay.
we.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's where everything's
obviously we
at. Why
don't.
give it to us?
If I may, for someone that has done some dirty work for pay,
Ooh.
well, I, here's the thing. It seems that we could go into
No wonder
this
you
with.
drink.
I do drink. That's just for sure. For some of the exact reasons you're thinking of. If we are careful in how we word our response in connection to Ms. Jewel, we can determine our choices once we get to the library. If we choose not to, are we bound to pay anything? Are we endangered by not fulfilling this request? Or if we find out that that these ideas might align, if we find that this sister historian is someone that should be, if I don't know what we're going to come up against. If that turns into a thing, that might align with that, and we could make that decision. And if we are successful, if we think that's the right move, then one, we do the right thing. Two, we come back and we get some stuff, and we further along some of these things that I know that you have been tasked with before I joined.
She did say
It's
it was
difficult.
an open-ended request, so if
And
something
I
comes up, we
understand.
can.
But
I
This
only
is-
wanna.
I mean, I understand
because-
that you might have a different vested interest, but I don't know the rest of us do.
Well, I mean, regardless.
Who was
I
that
think-
directed to? Because I just got confused.
Kazeel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Kazeel has a different vested interest.
It's not vested at all.
Vested.
No.
Uninvested in-
Yeah, and invested.
Those time devices seem important to you all.
I think it would be important not to shut it down, at least to leave it open. Like, well, if we are ever in an emergency and we need the devices, then we can come back and say we're ready. But
Y'all
for
understand
now-
the gravity of the situation if we actually go through with this, right?
Well,
Y'all
I mean,
understand this?
she-
This is the
Yeah.
library.
yes, and we've already. I mean, that's where we are eventually gonna have to deal with. Eventually, that didn't make sense. What I just said, the words, but you know what I mean. The magic dust.
I'm so
It's-
sorry.
yeah. But we
Where's
know that
Harlem,
our
guy?
roads are. We are going to face the library at some point. Now, killing this specific person, I don't know. But I think one of the reasons she asked us, I mean, you heard her when I asked her about how dangerous the library. She doesn't want to mess with the library again, and I think that's why she's sending us. I don't think she really cares if we make it or not, just the chance that we could do this deed for her.
Don't y'all
I
get
mean-
it? She's already she already knew what we needed.
Hey, she's a seer.
Yeah, and I mean, that's
So she
so
says.
it's like it doesn't matter what
See,
we
it-
say, she knows. Then it's like, I mean, this. I'm kind of with Kazeel. Let's not, say no and then worry about it. If we happen to, what she looks like. If we happen to see her,
I can send a message to her as well if we have to.
I
if
mean,
it
we
comes
don't.
to that.
I mean, she's a seer. I think she'll know. You don't have to talk to her all the time.
Feel it.
Just
You know,
listen, 'cause you don't-
It's like,
like,
can I
oh.
please? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
But,
sending stones?
I mean,
She was like, are they like painted rocks? You have their
Uh,
names on all of them.
Nice.
no, I don't think he has sending stones. He just knows sending, so you can talk to anybody.
That's
Just hold on a minute.
He has a limited call, a limited minutes.
Literally takes his fingers up to his
But-
head. Hello.
You
I mean, right?
Hey,
Okay.
All in all, I
someone-
don't think, I can't think about it
Hmm.
right now, to be perfectly honest,
Yeah.
because
In
I'm
the
more worried about
library,
us surviving this meeting.
It'd be a death sentence to do it there in the library. Leave it open if we have to. Otherwise, not
mean-
right now.
Well,
It's my vote.
I'm just going to say we shouldn't say no for now. We'll consider it, but just
Right.
consider this: when you start playing two ends against themselves, it's a quick way of getting two ends against you.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Um,
I mean,
and anybody want to take a wild guess what Chris, after hearing this, what Chris wants us to do?
Oh.
yeah, I mean, it's not.
Right.
This isn't gonna get easier.
So we're gonna, at that point, we're gonna have to make a decision.
Aye.
She seems to know a lot.
So-
She worked for the library, so she's not a friend of the library anymore.
She's also
Um,
very powerful.
Certainly, and I'm sure
You
so
don't-
is her sister at the library.
They.
Right. So, yeah, I don't.
I'm sure she knows a lot more than she's letting on.
Oh, I think that's a
As-
given.
As it stands right now, we have a friend already held by the library.
True.
Logic would dictate that they maybe have other innocent people there at the library who may be in trouble. We don't know anything about her sister or her really, but we know that we don't really trust the library. The enemy of an enemy is a friend, is it not?
At times. But it's pretty certain that the library is the ones unleashing these Shigas and rifts
There's-
that are springing up across both continents, both planes, to create, trying to awaken something. I think we can pretty much privately or amongst ourselves confirm that they've been trying to do something
Hey.
in a desperation mode.
I mean, there's still so much we still just don't know.
Hey.
And it's, and she's also, since we've been here, we've heard we've heard people talk about her. Polo's been writing fan fiction about her, floating around in the slaughter glade.
Right.
So it's like she's some sort of, I don't even know. I was just watering the lizard for 5 minutes and you all
Oh.
almost died.
Well.
Whoa,
That's
wait,
a
what?
long pee. I think that.
Watering the what? Oh my gosh! I'm done. Good night, everybody.
Watering the what?
Thanks, Dan.
You said
Thanks,
it,
Dan.
Jonathan.
And that is his
So-
exit plan.
Wait.
I think we're all in agreement that it's we say not right yet. We don't turn her down, but we say not right now. We'll consider it, and then we continue gathering information, confirm that that's what the other person's probably going to want us going after her. We'll just say not right now, but we'll keep it open and continue on.
Maybe ask her not to follow us or
Oh,
spy.
I suppose.
I want to go home. People here don't make any
Is it-
sense.
Is there
I
a
mean-
time limit on the auction for the device?
Let's spread the actual flyer, so I don't think we know.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, doesn't she just point one to us?
Yeah, and she
I
says
mean,
she can get it, so it's
Yeah,
not even
like
a
she
guarantee.
pointed at it, but I don't know if
Yeah.
like she could get it and then hold on to it, or like
We could ask if we
But-
could look at it.
But also,
Wait, I have to kill.
but also we. Wait, what? No, it just we have. I think there are other avenues to help find these devices if we need to.
Aye.
I agree with. You know, she obviously knows that we wanted it. She has some kind of, well,
She wanted it.
we already showed with the sand. She's a part of those devices, so we know. I mean, I'm tired. It's just we don't have a guarantee whether she's gonna, follow through or not, but she knows we want that. So I don't think there's really good outcome at all. I mean, I'd rather not make an enemy of her right yet. And I mean, I'm assuming right now that she's hearing everything we're saying anyways. So
Are you done yet?
like my lamp nut.
We won't make it out of this area if she doesn't want us to. I think she already made that pretty clear.
we have to, no matter which way we go at this point, anywhere on this continent, we're gonna go through the slaughter glade. So, and as she so casually mentioned, she's also friends with dragons. So,
So we tell her the truth. We'll think about it. We're thinking about it. She knows this. Well, probably. She's seen us thinking about it. And then we keep going.
Let's do it. That was a good discussion.
No.
Ow, God.
Cerebral's eye
Yum.
twitches. Go team
Anderson
go!
just goes back to like collecting gold and
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at
There's
all the
plenty to
shinies.
collect.
She's just
Mm-hmm.
stressed out.
We can fit all this stuff in
Stressed
a
out.
You'll see her
right.
still kind of hovering, 40, 50 feet away up in the air.
We're
Get your
separating. I'll wave
wobbly
you down.
ass back down here.
No hands.
Oh.
Just, I'll wave her down.
She will kind of appear there about 10 feet away from most of you. Well, did you come to a decision or discuss?
Did? I'll kind of look
Well-
around at everyone.
Isn't the decision a part of the discussion?
Yeah,
A result of the discussion, maybe?
yes.
Yeah.
She already knows.
We
Making a pile of gems
have-
for Pixar.
Yes,
Person
Bugbear.
just wants to stab
we have a lot.
He has a name.
We have a lot on our plates right now, and we are not saying no. We just don't know about how we'd go about completing this task as of right now.
Sure.
So, I mean, we are. If we happen to run into your sister, I mean,
You won't run into her. You
Right.
either be invited inside the library or you won't be.
Yeah.
Or you just break in and just burn the place down, but I wouldn't suggest that at your current abilities.
right.
Something more clandestine, I guess.
Right. So, I mean, we don't want to agree to it because we don't know if we can do it.
Sure.
So,
But the
But you
offer is
s-
open. So if you I'll know if you've done it, and When you report back, I'll have this ready for you. And she'll wave the flyer. Well, not the flyer, but the actual object.
Great.
And I'll have the
Oh, can I
information for the
insight check
rest.
that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I have one question I want to ask, just because
Yes.
um,
Never mind.
you're seer and you have tremendous abilities. And are you aware? I mean, does the word Shiga mean anything to you?
Shiga. Isn't that what they call the mage spirits?
Yes. There's been things done with them that's one of the aside from the rifts and the
Make a perception checks, Tegan.
okay. Come on. All right, I'll take it. 30-21.
You see a very slight change in her countenance as you talk about something's been done to them. A sudden, very dark look passes over her. Yes, I know.
Can I ask if it's a upset look or like a look of like like she got caught that she's been doing the things with the Shiga?
It's a mixture. It's just a very, whereas maybe if I give a comparison, her countenance up to this point has been very smiley, very smirky, very coy. And as soon as you start talking about that, like the smile drops, her lips kind of, thin, and, that kind of light that was in her eyes kind of dies out a bit. I, with the library's help, of course, was the one that found them. Well, some of them. That's why I left.
I could understand why. At least in my opinion, they're being somewhat abused for their purposes.
Some of them... Well, it's true that I helped the library find these mage spirits, or find mages that could be, well, let me see if she would, okay. Well, some of them are being fed. Some of them are lifted up.
I can see that. The ones that serve their purpose are being lifted up, I'm sure.
Well, what once goes up has to at some point come down, right?
I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Every time.
Well, I think we'll certainly continue to look and see what we can find out at the library.
Please.
If we can, Owen will approach.
Look all you want.
Oh. I would like to ask if it's already. I know it's be separate from us doing this and such, but
Sure.
had an experience here, or maybe back in the slaughter glade. There were these pillars, and I touched one, and I felt sort of sent back through time. I think back to the time of the Mage War or some shite from a very long time ago, and then I was popped back here. kind of like to understand that better if we're traveling about. Can you tell me anything about what happened and what those pillars are?
Fascinating structures, aren't they?
Aye. I may have gone up to identify one because I was so interested.
Oh, of course.
That's what happened, actually.
Well, I'm glad that you experienced it. It's almost like a remnant of a time gone by. The wars that were happening here at the time, mages against mages. That is still happening, honestly, and that will continue to happen as long as the library stands.
Does the library represent like one side of that war? The mages versus whoever they were fighting.
Oh, they were fighting other mages.
Oh,
At least here in Dimglimt. I know it's different back in your plane,
aye.
but,
Who's
yes.
the library fighting now?
History repeats itself, I believe, is a saying in your plane. We're so young that we haven't adopted that saying yet, but maybe soon. They'll have to.
Aye. Is there a safe way to use those pillars, or is it just?
There is no
Always-
safe way.
Right. It was scary.
Yes, no, there's always danger. Always good chance of that. But if you're wanting to know, then you must persist.
Right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to explain that to me.
Yes. My pleasure.
A very interesting person. I'd love to pick your mind
Yes.
sometime. Just get
You-
inside your head.
Just sometime. Just
Zelia,
sometime.
you could help us, but you could help us with this treasure anytime you
Oh!
want. Yeah.
You know where
Yeah.
to find me. And
I do.
maybe I'll know where to find you.
Oh. I look forward to it.
Can,
Yes,
can Gerbil
Bugbear.
do it? Insight check to see like that whole like I may be able to find you. Like, can she find us?
Yeah, you can do an inside check, sure.
Oh, it's really good. 24.
Yeah.
Yay.
She seems pretty truthful with that. It seems like she's telling the truth. That
She can
she could.
she can
Nice.
find.
Well, speaking to Kazil, she said that she could find him, you know, if she wanted to. Or, yeah.
I mean, he is easy.
He doesn't fight being found.
Wow. Just he's
I
just
mean, he's a
dropping
bard.
his just dropping his numbers like every 5 feet.
Yeah. A little stones painted on them for a good time. Send here.
Yes.
Have you
Pamphlets
seen this
Yes.
giant
Had the
fox I
number
can
off.
conjure?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh god.
What do you think about ideas?
Wow.
So,
Look at my big fox.
With 9 tails.
Nice.
so you are mentioned you were going towards the library.
Aye, in
Yes?
that direction.
In that
Aye.
direction.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, we're heading north.
Would you like a little bump?
Is it safe?
That sounds like a personal problem.
I know someone that would like a bump.
You're funny.
What does this bump refer to exactly?
Oh, I can get you to, well, let's see. Well, if you're going north, I can get you to the gates of Akoth. Cut down on some
Cool.
travel.
Was this some type of transportation, teleportation?
You
Are
can
you
say-
speaking of?
You can say that, yes. You can take
Oh.
your lizards too, if you want. Although
I
I
heard-
do warn that they might have some
Treasure.
trouble in
Treasure.
Rakoth.
We gotta load the lizards. We gotta load the lizards.
See,
What happens
yes,
to the
we'll get the
lizards then?
we'll get the treasure.
Oh well, it's very windy the closer you get to the shore, so or to the towards the library. So just be aware. They might have some issues, but I'll leave you be for a few moments so you can gather your hoard.
Oh,
I-
yeah, okay.
I had heard people talk at the altar and around that Rakoth had disappeared.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. What did you ask?
That Rakoth had disappeared.
Oh no,
So he's
Rakoth is
like-
still there. There's a little town that was there near the shore that mysteriously disappeared. Cute little place, but if I need something, I just go to the altar or to wherever else I can get it.
Mm,
Okay. So not Rakoth, but a town by Rakoth
Yes,
vanished. Okay.
lovely place.
Right.
Yes.
Uh,
Let me leave everyone alone for a few moments to gather your things.
I have a thing or two. Like perhaps we can speak over here while everyone's gathering.
Oh, sure.
If
Definitely
I'll
can.
walk over.
Okay.
Gerbil will bring the lizards by the treasure so we can load them up. And
Nice.
Don't be so salty.
Why? Let's see. Hold, let me. I want to see if I have a spell slot if I see him walking away.
Also, I see Kazeel getting out of the hard labor here. Mhm. Typical.
No.
Typical.
You've
Other
known
hard
him a
labor.
week.
I know.
You know him as well
you
as
know
we
me
do.
so well. Yeah.
Junie's gonna
What?
make sure he has less coins.
How
Oh,
open
no.
is this area?
Oh, it's pretty open. I mean, you have like the rocks around, just to remind you, like you have there's kind of large pillars around, not really around this area though. But you do have, there's some rocks around the area, just not the pillars with like the carvings in it that Kazeel touched. And
I don't want that one.
yeah, so it's pretty open. It's pretty open, Tegan.
Risk reward.
I'm going to, of course, just try and engage a little bit.
Sure.
You know that touch behind the elbow,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
You gotta go touch it, angelic being.
Yes.
If
If I can reach.
all.
Oh no! The Kazeel
Make
freaky.
a
Ah.
persuasion or performance check, Kazeel.
Oh, I persuasion all
Okay.
day. Let's see.
That's scarily perfect.
When it's zapped, I'm walking away.
Mm.
All right, persuasion is
Mm.
plus 13.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 31.
Okay. All right.
31.
Yeah.
Damn,
Good
son.
God.
That's Kazeel. That's
Oh my
Kazeel.
gosh, it's like
Yes, she is. Yes, she is very amiable, very responding to the touching and to the conversation. And yeah, anything in
Nice.
particular that you're trying to get from her? Like, I mean,
Um,
other
no,
than tail. But
Child.
outside of just trying to build this foundation of
Okay.
rapport here, I want to ask you. I'm gonna just kind of cover again that we're new to this plane. Is there
Mhm.
anything if we get teleported? Is there anything that newcomers to this land might find important? Like, are there specific monsters we might encounter, or like a tribe of river people that are gonna block us from getting where we need to go? And we need. And does she have
Tribe
any
of
insight
river
on what?
What?
You know,
Did you
Triton's
say
from the river.
oh,
A
river.
river.
I
I
thought
thought
you said
you-
liver.
River people? Oh no!
the liver people.
Heck?
Fuck
Worse.
off.
This isn't Cthulhu.
They go great with a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yes, she will. She'd probably ask you once again, like, if, like, just seriously, like, tell me, are you going to the library?
Well, I don't really know if they're all going, but it's my hope to. If they aren't, I'd like to go myself. So I'd like to go.
If you're going to the library, you shouldn't have too much of an issue if I can get you to the gates of Rakov. Going out and about around there, though, I've traveled the area, but I mostly stayed towards the Slaughter Glade,
Sure.
and the Summer Shadow in this area. But, let's see here. Probably the northwest would be the most dangerous. Above the
Oh,
northwest of the library would be the most, of the estates, that would be the most dangerous. The others are interesting in their own way, and so is the area to the let me put it this way. There are dangers in Dimglimt. But most aren't. Most of the dangers aren't found in the big baddies, monsters, or what have you. There are different land effects, and the library tries to keep a very tight hold on things. I would be careful in. I'd be careful in garnering their ire,
understood.
because if you do, you might have a whole plane against you.
Right. You mentioned that you live south of or spend a fair bit of time south of the Summer Shadow. Is that right?
Yes,
Summer Shadow.
that's correct.
And that there's a dragon there. Is if we encounter, speaking of dangerous, sort of potentially dangerous creatures, if we ever encounter the dragon, is there anything that we could say or do just so that we don't get eaten immediately?
Oh, the Ancient Watcher usually stays in that area. If I'm not around, you might want to not go into the area.
All right. Fair
Very protective of me and the place. It's very special to us.
enough. I know it's perhaps a source of pain or discomfort. So I apologize for bringing up your wound before. Is there anything that that we can do to help heal that?
Oh,
I'll glance over her arm.
she'll bring it out and kind of lift, and as she lifts her arm, the kimono sleeve kind of falls back.
Mm.
Um, and you're very sweet to offer, but I think the one thing that you could do to stop it would be to find a way to stop the library.
Right.
It's not just me, you know. This is like you've seen the rifts, yes?
Hey.
Consider this a rift of the soul.
Right. That's
It started out at just the fingertips and has moved up since then. And that's been but, well, maybe, well, since I escaped is when it started. So, maybe about a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer.
that much. Ooh. I don't really like the library. I think the dangerous, obviously.
Yes.
Is there anything that, if you know who or what a name of what they're trying to bring, resurrect or summon, or otherwise that could help me help you and the dandelions and everyone else here and back in the prime that's suffering from this, I beg you please, help me help you and everyone.
Make another persuasion check. It's probably moot since you have such a hot plus, but
Great.
just humor me.
Sure. I've got a bunch here super shit and then the 5 that are really good. All right. Ooh. All right. 16 plus persuasion. 29.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Great One?
Unfortunately, I think I have, right? Yeah, that's the one that they've talked about. Yeah.
We got a note session 5 that's the great one will rise.
Yeah, oh, right. Yeah.
We literally were told
Nice.
at the very beginning.
That's what
It was
they're
like 3 weeks ago.
That's
I
what-
know.
That's what they're trying to raise up. That's what they're attempting, and I believe they'll accomplish it. That's why they are gathering the souls to fight, to bring people in, to work with the library, but also, to sacrifice them of sorts.
I've seen them do that before. Is there
And-
anything that we can do to stop, or a direction we can head in to try and cancel this out? I just don't know where to go, what to do.
Well, they are very cunning, the library.
Right.
But, I don't know. Your group seems to have their own charms. You could try to trick them, or to work with them in secret to find out more. Well, I saw some of what could happen. Things can change, even with a seer's visions. So, I would just keep an eye on the library, of course. Get maybe what help you can. It's something about underground. Not here, but I believe in your plane.
See,
Something beneath the surface that they are working with to help bring about something about points of power, that it's more like there are certain areas in Dim Glimt and in your plane, I believe, that, and below, that are going to power this god. And if that happens, a library will be the least thing that we have to worry about.
well, I think we've seen those locations. I guess we'll look underground there if we can. I'm sure it's more difficult than simply doing it, but thank you. Yeah.
Of course.
I know that you go by the jewel, but might I ask if you have a name other than your title?
My name's Yia.
Sorry, what was it?
Yia. Y-I-A. Yia.
YIA.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
My name's Yeet.
Yeah, Yeeta, yeah.
And she just
Thrown
flies
into the
off.
library. Oh, yeah. My name's Kazil, in case I
Zataro.
didn't mention it.
Kazil.
Kazil.
Kazil, I'm sure that we will see each other again.
Oh, yeah,
I know
you're
it.
a little touchy back there. Cool to it, thank you. I should help my friends before they throw me out of the party.
You just let me know when you're ready, and she'll give
We're
you.
already riding off.
She'll give
Yeah.
you. She'll,
Yeah.
Well, and I'll give her a wink.
she'll give you a kiss on the cheek.
Ooh,
Oh.
Officially has less gold. Okay.
You now get one
yeah.
one level in Warlock. That's
nice.
what is she? Archfey?
Nice. I'll head over to everyone after that with just a little lingering look.
Mhm.
Before turning away, they walk to everyone.
Captain Kirk scores another one.
The landing party.
Do
Oh my
you have
gosh.
more facial hair than you did when you went over there? Like,
Ooh, really?
is this
He's like, you're already immortal or whatever. Gosh, quit rubbing it in.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, sorry. I'm done. I'll just be background here for a bit. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
looks like it
What
was
is that?
tame.
3 seconds?
Jeez.
3
No one's
seconds.
saying anything. I thought I should.
All right.
Gosh, no.
Yeah. We're all
Okay,
the lizards. Yeah. We've got all the lizards handled.
Yeah, all the loot is stored.
No gold for you.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to negotiate with us when we get to
Yeah.
our next place. Even Gerbil got some, and he was watering lizards the whole time.
It was very hard to do. I made it worse.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
right,
No.
yeah.
Wow.
I did.
Go you.
Thank you
Uh,
so much for that,
Good night.
Jonathan.
Virtue.
Thank you.
Virtue whole
Yeah, that's
session.
for all the raiders we just got. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I got to.
Thank you.
No, I missed the read.
Anyways.
Which way are we going? Because I can barely ride this thing. Anyways,
Should-
I
I
mean,
don't know. Considering, yeah, I was going to.
I mean-
Tegan's going to say, considering the things we've run into on our previous travels, I think we should take the free transport. That's my
oh
thought.
right. She said, "Well, we're still taking our lizards, though, right?"
Yeah, she'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll take everything.
Kind of saunter up.
Okay.
There's no
Raspberry.
strings attached. Just helping out some friends, and she'll give Kazil a wink.
Sorry.
Nice bitches.
Raspberry, come on.
Tegan won't notice that.
Yeah. Junie does not.
So are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Yeah.
I
suppose so.
believe we are.
All right.
Yes.
Well, everyone just hold as still as you can. Put your hands and arms inside the lizards. I'm just kidding.
oh,
Inside the lizards.
Hey, this is not Star Wars, okay?
We bonded, but we didn't bond
Like,
that.
that's why
this is
the
way too
lizards were
close for
hydrating.
comfort.
Yeah.
That's a
No.
whole new level of animal
Yeah.
handling.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
great. That was
That's a
on
new
point.
tier.
Yep.
So just stay
Wow.
as still as you can, and she'll snap
How
her
many
fingers.
ranks did you put in that?
She'll snap her fingers, and everyone feels a very similar sensation to what you felt before when she healed you. Although this time, you're propelling forward, and you feel yourself propelling forward. You see,
Don't you-
you see the giants in the distance. Kind of come closer as you kind of rush towards them. But you're near the ground, and it feels like that you're walking. It feels, or riding your lizards. It feels like you're.
Oh yeah.
I can't. It feels like you're riding lizards. across this landscape through the rest of the slaughter gate, passing these, you know, these rocks and the kind of large swords sticking out of the ground and the large giants kind of walking in the distance that kind of come closer, but everything is sped up. And the next thing that you know, it's maybe 5 minutes that you find yourself just kind of stop. Everyone make Constitution saving throws for me, please.
God damn it. Okay. Let's roll this bitch.
I
That
got
doesn't
6.
look like a good number.
7. I
Uh,
got 6.
11.
5! No!
13.
Okay.
6.
18.
Fuck
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
This is not an ocean.
Anyone, we'll lower it a bit and say 13 or, let's see,
Don't matter. I'm
13 or
puking anyway.
above. Anyone with a 13 or
Oh,
below.
gosh.
Anyone with a 13 or below,
Oh, shit. Oh.
you are, we'll go 12, we'll go 13 or below. You are,
Well, let's just go 10.
13
Don't matter.
or below.
Go to 8 for me.
Let's see. Let's put it this way. Okay, let me put it this way. 5, if you rolled between a 5 to 13, you feel very disoriented and very nauseous. In fact, you throw up.
Yep.
5 or below. 5. If you rolled a 4 or below. Did anyone roll a 4 or below? No? Good. Okay.
When they shit themselves
Yeah,
too?
just-
Like, what's 1 through 5? Both ends?
They're
It's
gonna
been known
pass
to happen.
out. They were going to
Oh,
pass like,
okay.
Oh,
What do they call that?
Double
critical
explosion.
roll?
Yeah.
A whirly twirly?
oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh,
no.
no, God.
Unconscious, really, truly. Sounds like a
No more Taco Bell for you.
I just pictured Tulip by Griffin just doing the whole Baby Yoda, like perfectly still and just just
Oh yeah, yeah. Tulip and Garnet are not doing well. They throw up as well. In their going bags.
Red's down shoulder.
Wait, don't we have to have the sound come from our DM because she makes the sound of
Oh,
little
yeah.
Griffin? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
I don't
So,
know if I see more throw up, I'm gonna throw up too.
and if you rolled a 14 or above, you're fine.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Is that
sympathetic puker.
Renarius? Yeah.
A little
Sympathetic
dizzy,
puker.
but
Have you ever heard it called that?
you're fine.
Sympathetic puker.
Sympathetic,
I'm
yeah.
writing that down.
All right.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Okay.
thing.
So, yes, you find yourself standing kind of like right in between these two. I just realized what this looks like. If you've ever seen the Never-Ending Story,
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. No. No.
What are you?
Oh.
Patreon movie night, everybody.
Recently,
Yeah.
last
We
Wednesday.
just-
Is
we
it
just
there for
watched-
These
scale?
look
It's like-
big, strong
there for
hands.
scale.
it's large. It's 2 large pieces.
Oh,
Yes.
On cue, are you
Nice,
kidding
Gemma.
me?
no. Yes.
I can't
my
understand what she's saying. Everybody's
What's
going
yelling.
on?
You're standing in between 2 large like, sphinx-like creatures with these wings kind of going over.
God damn it, Steph. Steph!
Yes.
I love her
And-
so much!
with these 2 these wings going over and
Mhm.
so
Young
yeah,
Dan
you're
remembers
standing
this
you're,
well.
you're standing in between these
Pivotal
2
point
things.
in Young Dan's life.
Each side is about 10 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Each sphinx. You see the front of them as they're kind of like sitting there with the wings kind of out.
Yep.
And they have one on
And-
each side with kind of these rocky mountains kind of like
Ooh.
going on either
I
side of
noticed
them.
those.
And
Just the wings are out.
if you look
Yeah.
up,
Oh, God.
Are there
if you-
peaks on these mountains?
if you look up the mountains,
So
there's
peaks.
a bridge at the very top of the mountains that have 2 almost tiefling looking statues on either side. And this is all made out of stone. You feel it's a little bit warmer. Well, no, not from the slaughter glade. The slaughter glade was boiling hot, so it is cooler, but still slightly warm. But you do
A
feel
little chilly.
you do feel a slight breeze, kind of blowing through this passageway, kind of leading out into the main rooftop area. So you have this kind of like this passageway before you that you can go through.
Are we worthy?
Yeah.
Does anyone know where exactly we are?
Our friend
Just
come
that
with
it's
us.
the gates.
The front gate
of-
to Rakoth.
Over cost.
Hey,
And you don't see the jewel around.
some important information to share with you all. So the reason that I went over to talk to the jewel is to just ask a bit about the area and better understand some challenges we may have here. So asked about the dragon, though I didn't get too much anything useful. Just stay away if she's not there. But she did speak about confirmed that it's the where are my notes? The great one that the library is trying to summon, and that it's something underground in the prime that is allowing them to do this, not just anywhere, but she said there are points that overlap between the prime and them glimped, and we've seen maps about that. So they're using whatever is underground in those points of power to summon this. So that's I think one of the things we came here to find out.
That
In
big,
case that earns me any gold, do me.
in that big door. The big door we investigated earlier this morning. Was that this morning or was that yesterday? I don't remember.
That was this morning.
That was one of the powerful
Oh.
ones, at least we think.
I see.
So, and well, don't want to. You know, there's lots of things in the Underdark. And that's all Gerbil will say, but
Hey,
he'll do a glance towards Pickford and a quick glance.
I. She did make a point to say that it was in the plane, and the other thing of note is whatever. I don't even know if you saw one of her arms was she had the black creeping, black necrotic skin or whatever it was creeping up her arm. She said that's the very same thing as the rifts in the ground. It's something the library is using in the process of summoning this, I guess, or as a byproduct, but it's affecting people like that as well. Anyway, those are the things that I discovered.
Junie will throw some coins at him.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. Some harder than others.
This is Jonathan asking because I don't remember, but we were meeting Chris. Where were we meeting Chris? He was on the outside of Rakoth, well, the
Yeah.
shore side.
Yeah,
We're on the
which is-
slaughter glade side.
Yeah, I would
So we have
imagine
to
on
go.
the other side of the city. Yeah,
So we have to go through Rakoth.
I'm imagining that the
Right.
gates are on the south side. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have a map of Dimglint, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can share it with the group again.
Yeah. If you're looking at the map, you would probably notice that the mountains kind of I mean, it might not show, it doesn't really show on the map. It's a little bit generalized. But that the mountains are mostly kind of in the southwest portion of Rakoth, and then Rakoth kind of goes up to the shoreline towards the Estesa. So you'd probably be able to tell that you were kind of in the southwest portion of the area.
By the R, yeah, by the R in Rakoth.
By the
And yeah, and Rakoth is. It's like a territory. It's not a city,
correct.
or is it a city? Okay, it's a territory.
All of the ones marked on the map here are mostly the names of the territories.
Gotcha.
Even and like you see the altar is there, but the territory is known as the altar, too.
How far up
Gotcha.
were the tieflings?
Oh, oof. The
way up.
tieflings are pretty, far up there. I mean, the statues, the sphinxes on either side of you rise about 10 feet. And then above that is like another probably 50 feet before you get to the bridge. And then that's the statues. So, yeah.
Thinking like the Colossuses.
Ow, Kuzil,
Colossus.
can you look up there with your? Can you see
With your
anything
magic
up there
eyes?
with
What
your?
do you see with your special eyes?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll look up from picking up the scattering of coins around my feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 gold.
When
3
he
gold
looks
pieces.
away, I'll throw more.
While Kazil looks, I'm going to clip a couple coins out at his feet.
Yes.
Nice. This is just fun. like,
Yes. Yes.
well,
God.
I see anything.
I mean, you see the statues a little bit more clearer. It's just looks like naked
Ooh.
male tieflings.
Give me that.
Oh, how detailed are these?
Oh my
They're-
gosh.
They're pretty well carved.
Give me.
Oh, nice.
blink.
Pretty well
That's a
carved.
Don't
lot of
blink.
stone.
Yeah.
Don't blink.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't see any ghosts though, right?
No ghosts here.
Adonia see any Shiga? Nope.
You've not seen any Shiga. That concerns Gerbil greatly.
Ever? Has he seen them ever?
No, every time we've like tried to sense it or ask because you'll look, we've not seen any signs of it, and none of the people here are even like they're like, oh yeah, the mage ghosts or whatever. So it's like they're not a problem here.
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing we thought we knew, Shiga
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
is not true.
Nice.
Okay. But we're gonna have to go lizard back from here since our friend's not with us.
Oh.
I guess.
All right, first order of business, stables.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Wait, are we just parking it here?
Whoa.
Or we gotta go into
It's a territory, so is there... How big is...
Mm.
would it make sense for us looking at Rakoth to stay on the lizards and go through Rakoth, or do we...
I mean, you don't really know.
what
That's
else
true.
would you suggest?
I think...
Are we going? You want to go over the mountains?
No, we're going to go through Rakoth.
Yeah. Which,
Oh,
I don't...
good
are we
point.
going now or?
Everyone feels like you've slept.
No?
That you've had
Oh,
a full
so-
rest.
Gotcha.
Her
Understood.
magic was full rest. Okay,
Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
for the most part. No, I don't know. What were you trying to tell us?
I'm just
If it
telling
wasn't
you,
that,
Yeah,
You
I'm
got a
just
long
telling
rest,
you.
basically.
I'm telling you that, but that wasn't like her magic. It was just a full rest thing. But like you feel like you've got a full rest. Everyone got.
No spell
Okay.
slots back.
Got your spell
Yeah,
slots
no,
back, all your
like, just
abilities
like that, you
reset.
got a full night's rest.
Okay.
what
Alright.
time of day is it?
Are y'all? Stephanie's lost track, honestly.
Mhm.
I mean, if we were at the door this
we're
morning,
gonna say
we
like
never-
early evening. Like it's not getting. It's like like early evening, like 4 or 5 o'clock that we would know. Like
time to get a meal and find a place
And
to. For this.
All right. Are y'all traveling through the sphinxes and heading into Rakath?
Yeah.
Right. No one.
Yeah,
No guards at the
I feel like
Sphinx.
she would have said
No,
something.
No guards.
No.
are
No
the
guards.
Good.
are the sphinxes in good? They look like they've been weathered. Are they
Serviced.
broken?
Why
or
don't you make
serviced?
you can make a perception check if you want to take a closer look.
I
Oh,
would.
I want to.
Oh
Oh
God.
my gosh.
You know, Savar. I mean,
Joe got a 15.
Okay.
well, 18.
Everybody's making good ones. I don't need to-
Beats my 17.
Well, I'll roll anyway.
Just
Hold
push her out of the way.
on.
I'm looking.
Perception, 19.
Okay.
I want to see. I want to see.
So I would say all four of you could probably tell these statues are. I mean, they look a little bit weathered. They don't look brand new. Yeah.
All right.
How are our lizards faring after we all just, hurled our lunches? How are our lizards doing?
They're doing okay. They're doing all right. They seem to withstand it pretty well. All right, and then through the gates, as you kind of look through them, you'll see. I mean, it looks. You don't really see anything. It looks pretty, at least from what you can see through the gate. Through this kind of like, through the sphinxes. Looks a little barren, but you can see some like dust kind of blow up a bit. Look from wind, it looks like. Are we going forward?
Yep. Take it.
Because
I hope.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are.
So the group of you go forward on your lizards. As you pass through the sphinxes, nothing happens. You get to the other side and you get out into like the open Rakath area and start to get past like those mountains. It's very reminiscent of the Slaughter Glade, except that underneath you is kind of this red dirt, this red sand that's kind of packed down. And as you continue to travel, the wind picks up and gets stronger and stronger.
So it's like a desert almost, but not as hot as the Slaughter Glade.
Yeah. Kind of a red desert feel. And you don't see any like pillars or anything in the distance like you do with the Slaughter Glade. It's pretty open, but also the visibility is short. You can't see too far off in the distance. You can't see too far off above you. It just seems like that there is, especially the further you move in, it seems like that it's obscured by that blowing sand.
I keep getting farther and farther away from the ocean. There's even less water
I mean,
here.
Technically, well, yeah.
Hmm.
I was about to say we are heading towards the shore, but we were never guaranteed that the shore is an ocean or it just drops off and just nothing.
My money's
Sorry,
on
I'm not helping.
nothing.
I'm
Yeah.
not helping. I'm sorry, Junie.
Does it, when we first got here, it smelled differently. Does it smell like a desert, or does it smell like old memories, or
Old memories.
Yeah,
Old Spice.
yeah?
Look at me.
Axe. It
I would
smells
have-
like axe body spray.
Look back up. Now you're on.
It smells. I mean, you do get some like dust in your nose if you take like a big inhale in. But it. I don't know if there's much. There would be much of a smell here. Well, actually, you smell kind of. It smells kind of like pine trees.
It's not. I'm so confused. So Tails just. I'm not leading. Someone else needs to go. I'm not. I just want to get to. We just got to go. We should,
Hmm.
maybe there's water.
Does
Or
the wind cut down visibility a lot?
Mm-hmm.
So Tegan would get off his lizard and lead it by hand
Okay.
and try to go move forward to see if he can make out any signs of civilization anywhere.
Okay. So you looked at the map earlier, and I would say that you'd be able to tell, since you've traveled in Glim for a bit, that you have about a day's travel from where you would assume the gate was at to the northeastern shore. And let's see, I said it was about 4 or 5, so you have about 4 hours tops of daylight left that you would assume, if we're going by what you know of back in your plane. So how long are we wanting to travel?
Um,
I would say, well, dark would probably be bad at 8 o'clock, so another 3 hours.
Okay.
Unless we run into a building or an inn or something.
Okay. So about
Yeah.
everyone in agreement about 3 hours?
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely don't want to get to the meeting place too soon without us discussing
No, we don't want to do
how
it
this
at night.
meeting's gonna go down. You know.
Yeah.
Plus, it would take a day and a half. It's over 18 hours.
Yeah, but even though, yeah, we feel well rested, I don't think we should move too much further into the night, lest we get.
No, we don't want to travel.
Turned
at night.
around.
And it's certainly in a dust storm. You don't want to
No.
travel at night.
Yeah, 3 hours sounds good.
All right, 2 hours and 58 minutes.
And 32 seconds. Exactly.
And done.
All right. So you travel for that time. You don't see anything. You're pretty much just following. Who's navigating?
Tegan will
I
take
think
point.
Tegan is in
Make
front.
a
and Gerbil-
survival
Yeah.
check for me, Tegan.
Gerbil
I'll
will
definitely
help
be
him.
With
I'll-
assistance.
Yeah.
inspire. If I see him
Okay.
checking, I'll be like,
Yes.
oh, Tegan, I will if you're one of the best. So, guide us.
Tegan's like, giving him a look like, don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Sorry, it's the it's the
So
With it-
roll it.
with it-
dust.
Roll it with advantage, and then with the inspiration as well, if you want to.
Okay, what's inspiration?
I
I
currently
think it's
have
D8.
the
Or Mike, it's
D10
level 10.
currently.
D10.
Mhm.
Oh,
Nice.
look at you.
So 13 plus 4, 17.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're able to navigate. You feel like you have a good grasp on the direction that you're traveling, Tegan, and that you're traveling in the right direction. Even though, it's miraculous because all this dust, you can't really see anything. There's really no markers. But you feel like that you've been traveling in the direction that you were coming through the gates. All right, and so you travel about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Don't come across anything. So y'all are just kind of camping down here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'll look to the
As you travel that 3 hours, by the time that you camp down, the wind is going pretty well. It's not to the point where like anything's unstable, but your tents are definitely, you're gonna have to tie them down a little bit extra, and kind of weigh down anything with a rock that you don't want, like if there's a map or anything, so that it doesn't blow away.
Is
And
the wind?
yes,
Sorry, is the wind all blowing in like the same direction?
Yes.
It's not like. Okay.
yeah. Yeah. So y'all start camping down. Anything in particular you want to do before you go to sleep?
something
Water
to-
breathing and tiny hut.
Okay.
Cornelius, that's amazing.
Are we taking watches?
If you want to, yeah.
If you
Uh,
want to.
Gerbil will take first watch. 'Cause
Okay.
He's gonna be up anyways.
I'll take second. But I've got something to do. But after everyone else.
Okay.
I'll be on third watch.
Okay. So Gerbil, Kazil, and then Manirius. All right. So Gerbil, make a perception check for your first watch, please.
I'll use this die. I haven't used you tonight, so be good. Hey, 17.
Nice. Yeah, you don't see anything. Yeah, the wind is the wind almost seems to kind of like you have trouble actually staying awake. Like it kind of lulls you to sleep. It's that kind of white noise level. But you also, with that perception check, you hear kind of this distant cry. Almost like it sounds almost like the wind is whistling, but you know that like there's nothing, or that you could tell, nothing around for it to like whistle through. Like there's no passages or anything other than the one that you came through before. Yeah. You hear that kind of on the wind. Other than that, it's okay.
All right. Before I wake Kazil up for a second watch, I'm gonna pull out the crystal ball of telepathy.
Okay.
Fujiki.
Fushigi. Movie nights, and you'll get the jokes.
Yep.
Patreon. He'll pull out the crystal ball, the Fushigi ball of telepathy, and now I'm gonna have to buy one as a prop. Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry. And he's gonna try to scry for Shanad again.
Okay.
But he'll give it like a second of like, should he ask someone else, like, as a group, should we decide? And he's just like, no. So-
Okay. All right. So it says the target has to make a wisdom saving. So I'm guessing that's
Yeah.
Shanad.
Yeah,
Right?
and the save DC is 17. It says.
Pluses and minuses.
Oh yeah,
Familiar.
and then all the scrying stuff.
Like
which is
how
not as-
familiar you are.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. So you said it was 17?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Gerbil, as you look into this crystal ball of telepathy, and you can feel that scrying spell kind of reach out to Shanad. You see her. Yeah, you can see and hear a particular creature. You can see her almost as if, you're kind of floating above. You see her in, I should be in the crystal ball, so it looks like the crystal ball is kind of floating above. But you see Shanad, or, someone that looks like Shanad with because they're tucked into bed, so they have the covers kind of tucked around their shoulders. It's a small bed, just maybe a little bit smaller than it should be. Your feet's kind of hanging over a bit. But it's one of many beds in this room. And all of them full. Some of them are smaller beds, some of them are bigger beds. So it seems like there might be adults and children in this room. But the lights are out. It seems like there might be a candle burning kind of out of view. You see that candlelight kind of bouncing off the walls. That looks like Shanad is sleeping.
she look healthy? Because I know the last time we saw her, she wasn't doing good, being all possessed and stuff.
Again, it's hard to tell because she's in bed.
Yeah.
If you kind of push it to go a little bit closer, you can see that, let's see. She looks about the same that you saw her before, but again, her eyes are closed. You can't see her eyes. Her hair is kind of pulled back into a low bun.
But there's no like chains or anything on the bed. She's just in a bed that's slightly too small.
Yeah. No visible chains, correct.
Okay. I'll stop the scrying
Okay.
and I'll think about it on my own for a bit, and then I'll get up, kind of, sort of gently kick Kazeel awake. Not hard, just time for your watch. There's a
As
weird
one does.
whistling. There's a weird whistling sound, but I don't know.
Ooh.
We're not around any structures that could make it, so just
Ooh.
be aware of the weird whistling.
Great. Stage. Thank you, Jabal.
They'll go to bed. Well, actually, he probably won't go to bed, but he'll pretend he's going to bed.
Nice. Oh, the only things I'm going to do, I'll probably cast Hearing That from Gerbil. I'll cast Comprehend Languages and listen to the whisper, maybe speak to it, see if I understand the whisper's language. I mean, the whatever, the whistling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just kind of speak out like, I know I don't want to consume. I know I've done a bunch of roleplays, so I don't want to kill it, but I'll just do that. And then I've got one other thing I'll do if I don't hear anything back from the whistling, if it just remains the same.
Yeah, you don't. It still just sounds like it seems like it's if it's talking, it's too far away, and it's undecipherable.
Okay. I don't wouldn't happen to hear like from which direction this might be coming, do I? The general direction.
Make a quick survival check for me.
So 14 plus 4, so 18.
Okay. It seems like it might be coming from the direction that that the group was moving towards.
Handy. Okay. The only other thing I'm going to do before I get the rest of my sleep, I'm obviously going to keep watch.
Yes.
But I'm going to use sending and talk to Yia.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
some small talk.
Okay.
You know,
Girl.
it's nice meeting you today. Yada yada yada. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. And the info helped. And you're just a
you're not
very
sleeping.
charming, person. And I found myself laying here thinking about you and wanted to reach out, kind of thing.
Okay.
Junior was coming around the corner with gold right about that time, and just turned right
staying
around.
Awake,
Yeah.
staying awake to count the gold.
She'll reply back, Kazeel, because that's sending,
Mhm.
right? She can, just
It
like a
is.
sending stone.
Mhm.
She'll reply back that it was, let's see. Oh, it was wonderful to meet you as well, Kazeel. You are a delight. And, let's see. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.
Otherwise, I'll keep watch. Actually, keep watch over the camp.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just for fun, just make a perception check.
Okay. Okay. That's a 6, and then a perception is just a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you still hear that wind, which you cast the comprehend language on. It didn't work. Nothing else. However, the wind is pretty consistent. Like it doesn't die down. It's pretty consistent throughout the night, or throughout your watch at least. So,
Thank you.
all right. So Renerius, you got third watch, right?
Mhm.
Make a
Shake
perception
them.
check for me.
15.
Okay. Same thing. Just you hear that kind of whispering in the distance. Can't quite make out. Can't quite comprehend. Wind stays pretty steady, and that's it.
Cool.
All right.
I keep watch. I'll keep an ear out for the whispering,
Okay.
but if it's not getting any closer, I'm
Yeah.
not about to.
No. Okay. All right. So your watch is over. Everyone wakes up the next morning. Still windy. You kind of wake up, with a little dust kind of blown in your face. If you slept in like a sleeping bag, probably it's covered in dust. You're covered in dust. Whatever was sticking out. Anything that y'all want to do before heading out on the road again?
I'll spend the early morning making sure Tulip's okay and
Okay.
fed and
All right.
try to brush.
Okay. Yeah, I will make you make it. She's doing better, a lot better. Eats well. Kind of curls up against you. Seems to be doing good. All right. So everyone's heading back out.
Yep,
You get on your
packing up.
lizards, pack
Um,
everything up. Yes.
I guess like as we are starting to pack up, Gerbil just asks, "Do we want to discuss our plan for this meeting now, or get a little bit closer, then stop?"
Sooner, probably better. Probably speak as we travel.
Yeah.
How we used to go. So
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page when this meeting starts, and I naturally don't think all of us should be, necessarily there. We should have. I don't know. I feel like some people can escape more than if things were to go bad. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but
Won't they be expecting all of us? They've been sort of watching us, you know.
yes. Well, if they've been watching us, then they know that we're nervous as fuck to talk to them. So, but
Formidable.
I just know that some of us signed up for this and others did not. And he's gonna kind of like look to Judy, and I think it's unfair to Judy to ask her to.
Zavar is fine, but
Well, because Zavar is the adventurer who will like, yes, I will go do your duty, So
it's true. It's true.
Judy just wants to go home. So
really do. I really do.
Gerbil's not wrong.
I
Do
I
you
mean,
even-
I just
did-
know.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Just Did Tegan? Did they line? Did they say everyone by name, or did they just say just you? Or, I mean, if I'm not on that list, then I'm fine. Watching and running home. Um,
I think one is to assume the group.
Well, I mean, remember the day he approached us was also the day we got our list. And I think, yes, he's looking for us specifically because we've been bugging them, but also just that I don't think it's a coincidence that, you know, we get the full burden of the committee and then we are approached with this offer. But that being said, Junie Zavar, I don't believe you are officially members.
I
So-
seem to remember that at the time you inducted us, and I accepted.
Yes, but your name's not on the list yet, right? It did magically, their names weren't magically
No.
like put on the list or anything. So you still have an out. I just
I
I don't keeping your options open and
like a seal.
and and what is our plan if things go bad? I know Renarius can get people out fast, but that will only work if we're all together.
Are you talking about the the object I have?
Yes.
That takes a little bit of time to
Oh.
use. I couldn't get us out at a moment's notice. We'd need a minute or two to prepare.
Well, I thought we had some ripcord spell or something. I could be wrong. Okay. Oh,
Well,
At
We-
least
we-
I think that's how it works. Let me double check.
we still have a
just-
ways to go, Gerbil. I mean, you might
mean, we
convince Zavar and I not to run away by then.
I mean, okay, it's only a day's ride. It's gonna get here quick enough.
It won't.
But I mean, naturally, we
Oh.
don't know exactly what their offer is going to be. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, we wanting to bluff and agree just so we can get in with them, learn more, or are we gonna?
Oh, I mean, we agreed to hear what they had to say, so let's. I mean, well, it depends what they have to say.
I believe there are too many unknowns to plan a direct course of action.
Mm.
Right.
It's all too exciting for me to stay out of.
Right.
I am with you, Gerbo. We should have a backup plan, a plan of escape if we are under threat or something like that. But to say what we will definitely do, I think that will be a hasty decision.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not so much about the hasty decision, just we won't have a lot of time to make sure that we all are all in one accord with said hasty decision. He's just gonna look at everybody in the group.
Mm,
He might
I
linger a
feel-
little bit on Kazil, but not too long.
yeah. I think that right, so I do think we need to hear more about what they're trying to sell us. I imagine that they'll give us time to discuss it. If not, then we'll just have to walk away anyway. We can't discuss it. Um,
Yeah. Something
but
tells me they won't be as, agreeable as the jewel was.
they
Hmm.
right. Well, in the very worst case, because we have a device, right? One of us is holding one of the time devices. Don't. But
Yeah,
okay,
I guess
good.
technically speaking, we do have one time device.
In the very worst case, I can use a time device, rewind time for us or something.
But isn't that what they want? Let's call that plan C.
See?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The very end.
very last option
Oh,
that may be
100%.
considered.
Z for
Like,
Kazil.
Nice.
oh gosh.
I think that they're going to speak to us and let us go because if they wanted us dead, at least some of us would have been dead with that maniac. Would have killed one of us at least.
It's not very comforting.
It isn't, no. Not at all. But we're here. I think we'll be okay. We just need more information, like Tegan was saying. For me, anyway.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just discuss it more as we get closer. But if we were to have a main meeting group and then a backup group to escape, or if we all go in together to try to escape together. But obviously, if we split the party,
Oh, hey.
Renarius would have to be in the escape group naturally. And then I would suggest maybe Junie and Savar and I don't know. We could discuss it more as we get
B-team?
closer.
A B team.
No, not the B team, the survive team. What's
Hey.
I'm
the
a good,
rescue team?
a good survivor. And Savar can keep up. Right?
But
You can keep up.
It'll be Renarius' time
I
to
assume
shine
so.
as leader.
Mhm. Oh,
but-
goodness.
That is just my general just thoughts because I mean at least I know then I'm sure they know I am directly connected to this whole thing because of my brother. Kazil's directly connected because of his father.
Hey.
Hickstron's connected, and then I guess Tegan, you can do whatever you want. I guess we wouldn't see it anyways. But I don't know, just thinking out loud.
It's good to do.
And then as we're packing up, Gerbil will kind of go over to Tegan and just kind of say, not like discreetly. He only wants Tegan to hear, but Gerbil will tell Tegan that I used the crystal ball to scry on Shanad. and I was able to see her, which, to my knowledge of how this crystal works, means she is on this plane. And she was in some kind of bunking area with many others. I think she's in the library. So, in case something happens, I just wanted someone else to know.
Noted. I don't know if we'll try to go commando raid on that, but
No, probably not, but you know where a good chunk of my priorities lie.
sure.
So,
We can manage to work it, maybe even in part of the deal.
Hey.
That's
Oh, right. I'm not there. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. No.
I disconnected long enough to
I
completely
know,
lose
yeah.
track of everything. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
All
But
right.
yeah, Gerber will just tell that, and then it'll also ask Zavar, does he want to drive the lizard, or does he want me to? Since we share the lizard.
Aw.
Shotgun.
I don't mind driving, Gerbil.
Mm-mm.
Don't let him drink.
Who on a lizard?
Yeah, but
Oh,
has he
God.
been drinking?
No drunk lizard driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Friends don't let friends drive.
Yeah.
Insight check.
True.
Does he tell the truth? Has he been night drinking?
No.
No.
Hmm.
Sure. If
That may be
Zavar
an
wants
issue,
to
actually.
drive- Oh.
I'll keep the drinking
I'll
down.
drive the first. I'll drive the first half, and then we want to switch. Yeah.
That
You
that
had
would
a
make
tough
perfect
day
sense.
yesterday with all those slimes and oozes and things. And
I tell you, I do not want to be engulfed by one of those ever again.
all right.
Trina's gonna shake her coffee mug at Kazeel.
Mm. Oh, pour some hot steaming coffee in there.
She will slide a coin to him.
Nice.
Steaming.
Is this just
Yay!
like the,
Working for tips?
oh gosh?
Also, what got him into this mess?
He writes your name on your mug, and it's
Yeah.
completely butchered. There's like a G in there.
Yeah.
Congeal. Yeah. Like, oh.
Goonie. What?
Nice.
Goonies never say die. It's our time. No, right here.
Gooniper?
Gooniper.
All right. So y'all are heading out. Packed up, all set to go. Suddenly my headphones sound really weird, but I don't know.
Whisper.
So yeah, y'all start out. Tegan, I guess that you're
Yep. He'll
navigating
pack up,
again.
check to see which direction the sun rose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get his
Gerbil will
bearings.
help.
Okay. I won't make you roll just because we're tailing the end here, but I will say that about 3 hours into your travel, everyone make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. $16.
3.
Oh.
6.
8.
Oh, that's okay.
15.
I can roll again if you want. A volunteer's tribute.
All right. So, who
17.
got a 15 or above? Okay. All right. Well, this won't really matter to you, Juniper, but Tegan and Tegan and
Story of my
Kazeel,
life.
you notice kind of a familiar there's a person, like, as you're, and this makes sense since you're navigating and, Kazeel was helping you, Tegan. As you're traveling about 3 hours in, you see a couple of spirits, probably the first thing that you see, and someone fighting them about 50 feet away. Well, not that far away, about 40 feet away. And the figure fighting them looks vaguely familiar. And if you go a little bit closer, you'll see that it's Zelthura. And that's what will end tonight's
Hi,
session.
girl.
Yes. About
So-
time.
For those watching, you've been watching the
What are the
Forsaken.
odds
Yeah, I know. If you don't.
that the only female orc we know is the one that we heard a rumor walking into?
Perfect.
Small world. Small Diddy plate.
Oh, I think that my camera froze on stream. Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I'm looking very forlorn.
Yeah. You
Oh
look-
no, that
You've got that look like
that
these
fits.
assholes.
She's done with us.
I mean, to me, it just like asleep.
yeah.
Very forlorn. That's
Wow.
wild. Okay. I don't
Okay.
know why. Let me see. Let me try to reactivate it.
Nope. No.
Nope.
Give
Ah,
it a minute.
Just go
I
with
mean,
the schedule. Good grief.
Just
Yes.
oh,
Green.
there we
now.
go. Okay.
Screenshot
Alright.
it. We'll make it an emoji.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice.
no
Reaction.
DM. Everybody do what you want.
All right, friends.
Pinky
For
face.
those watching, thank you so much for watching, and for players, thank you so much for playing. We have a lot of D&D content here on the channel. We bring up the schedule here. Some of this is incorrect, but all you need to know is Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. You have D&D 5e content, usually in the 10 p.m. time period, 10 p.m. Eastern time period. Then Saturdays we have 2 campaigns, Tower of Dreams at 6 and In Extremis at 10. So just check that out. We have a lot of D&D content here. We also have a Patreon, so if you're looking for ways to support the channel, great way to do so. Head on over there, and it's a preferred way to support, again, if you're looking for the opportunity. Dan, did you get someone to raid, or do I need
Yeah,
to?
our good friends
look
Quest
at
and
you.
Chaos.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's head on over there. Thank y'all again for watching, and we'll see you next time here on The Forsaken. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.